AI side hustles. So in this video, I have got an incredibly low competition side hustle to share with you. I'm also going to share with you actual real life examples of this. I'll share with you some different pricing elements to it because it's very surprising to say the least. And for two of you, I am going to give you my own personal resource that I am going to be using with this method. So let's go ahead and dive in. Hello and welcome to today's video. So before we dive into the method, I just want to quickly mention the newsletter for you. If you haven't got this, go ahead and sign up. It's absolutely free. We share this once a month, and inside of here we have normally about 50 pages, and it's everything to do with earning money online. You can see down here we have interviews, we have articles, we have cheat sheets, we have basically anything to do with earning money online and from home goes into this newsletter that comes out once a month. Okay, so yeah, if you haven't got it, go ahead and grab this resource. So the idea for today's video, and I'll show you all of this now, is purely because come over here into Etsy. I want to show you this. Okay, so I went ahead and bought this product here on the 1st of June this year. Okay, now we are currently in September. So when I bought this product, it cost me £1.63. Fast forward a couple of months, look how much this product here has jumped up to. It's gone up to £17.48, so a little under $20. And you might be thinking, well, blimey, how can it go from this price to this price? Because essentially it's the same product. And we're going to come back to the pricing and the other bits in a little while, okay? So let's first of all share with you what this method is, because anyone can do this, okay? And the potential is huge. So I'm over here on Etsy, and you can see down here I have just typed in ChatGPT prompts. Now, if you don't know what ChatGPT is, where have you been for the last few months? It is basically AI software that can automate things for you. You can ask it questions, it can do tasks, write blog articles, write YouTube scripts, and lots more. But here's the thing about it, okay? You can see up here we've got, for this keyword, ChatGPT prompts, 22,000 people a month are searching for prompts. Now, a prompt is something we put into ChatGPT, and let me share an example of this with you. So to get to ChatGPT, we'd need to go to this website over here called OpenAI. You then create an account for free. Once you've got an account, you just go and log into ChatGPT. Once you're in there, it looks like this on the back end, really straightforward. Now, a prompt here is something that we would put in down here. Okay, so we type in a prompt, and then the AI will go ahead and will give us an answer or give us some information based upon the prompts we put into this. Now, and I'll show you an example. Okay, so I could just say, please write me a YouTube script for a 2-minute video about, I don't know, AI. Okay, and I hit on enter. And then what happens is it will go ahead and create the content for us. Now that there is not a very in-depth prompt here. So it will go ahead and write something very, very basic, okay? And you can see on here, it's still going away and generating this content for us. But because ChatGPT is starting to get more popular and people are understanding it can help them with their, their side hustles, their hobbies, their interests, even their jobs, believe it or not, people are now starting to search online for prompts. Hence, 22,000 people a month are searching for prompts. And here's what normally happens with this, okay? You will land on Etsy or eBay or a website and you will get these things on here. 50,000 prompts, which, it's great, but you're never going to use them all. This one here, 8,000 prompts, 7,500. And people are selling these over, 50,000 again. People are selling these products over on Etsy. And the great thing about this method and the potential with this is you can earn ridiculous amounts of money from this. And look, it's not going to happen right from the beginning, but we can start creating these products and earning money from simple little PDFs essentially. And the great thing about Etsy over here is, or even if we're selling this product over on, say, eBay or your own website, it's a digital product. So we do the work once and then we can be earning money essentially as a passive income. But I want to show you an actual real life example of this because what we can do is, instead of just going with this up here saying chat GPT prompts, we can be more specific. So if I just click on there and press the spacebar, I can now see we have got chat GPT prompts for teachers. We've got for YouTube, for engineering, for marketing, for business. So if I click on there now, we will now filter this down. So we're now getting a bit more specific. So, I mean, personally, I'd say, avoid things like this 50,000 prompts, and I'll show you why in a second. But things like this 200 chat GPT prompts for YouTube, that's a bit more specific. People who are creating content on YouTube would be looking for things like this. And if I scroll down here, again, you will see here, look, social media marketing. This one here, prompts with resale rights. I've only found a couple of these Etsy shops whereby they are doing things specifically for YouTube or a category or a niche. Now the other thing about this, where you see 5,000 prompts or 7,500 prompts, they're not really prompts, and I'll show you an example of that. So if I go over here, this was the one that I went ahead and bought in June, okay? And it was 2,000 prompts. Now let me show you what those prompts are, because the word prompts it's not a prompt. So this was the product that I went ahead and bought. Now you can see on here, these here are the prompts that it gave me for YouTube. Now these are not prompts, these are questions. Look, what are the best practices for optimizing video titles for YouTube? That's a question. I'm not prompting it, I'm asking it a question. What are some strategies? All of these here are questions, okay? Now let me see if I can move this as well for you. There we go. So you'll see down here, this was the actual product that I bought, which is now selling for £17 on Etsy. Again, look, example prompts. A lot of these here, what I found is whenever we are buying these prompts over on Etsy, they're not actual prompts. They're literally questions that people have compiled, and you could do this yourself. So again, I'll show you an example. So if I come over here into ChatGPT, and we could say something like, well, let's have a look. Let's go back over to this spreadsheet. We will come up here and say, what are the best practices for optimizing a YouTube video? If I copy that and come over here, paste that, hit on enter, it's going to literally start creating some content. So look, it's going down here. It's giving me these, okay? I'm just going to click on stop. But this over here, again, it's look, use relevant keywords, prioritize keyword placement. This isn't really a prompt. I'm asking a question and it's giving me an answer. So instead, we need to actually create proper prompts. And when I say proper prompts, we need to be doing things properly instead of just this over here, these questions. Because, if we can provide proper prompts into ChatGPT, we'll get a better result. And ultimately, we will have a better product to sell. And essentially, what we can do with the product that we're selling over on Etsy is we can do the same concept as what somebody has done over here. And that is basically whereby when you are a beginner, we price our products low. The reason we price our products low is so that we can get some initial sales, we can get some initial feedback, and then over time, we can then slowly but surely increase our price. And you can see this has happened here from £1.63 to £17.48. And if I go into this person's shop here, we can now see they've had 1,152 sales from a total of 69 products. Now, if we go into their shop here, we can see, look at the prices, £15, £14, £30, £9, £10, £3. And this is how pricing works a lot of the time. And it's the same concept with eBay, and we did this years ago. So what happens here is once you've created a product and we're putting it up to for sale, essentially, on the website, we're going to start maybe on page 10 or page 11. In order for us to start going up the rankings and get to page 1, we need to have sales, and we also need to have some sales feedback. So the concept is always the same. We start our pricing low with a better product than what's available in the marketplace, and as we make sales and we start to get feedback, our listing goes up the rankings. And that's just the way it is, okay? So we know this person over here who's selling this huge massive prompt pack over on Etsy, they're making some pretty decent money from this. And to be honest, it will be the same for any one of these that we was to go into. All of these, where they've got the prices low, I have no doubt in my mind they will slowly start increasing this. But when you start going through some of the feedback of these, so let me see if I can show you one, because I was reading some of these earlier actually. A lot of the time, people are, look, you can see on here, positive experience. But when I was going through some of the reviews earlier, look, not as expected. These are collected from Google and made as a Google sheet. You can also get this information from Google. And this is it. Like, a lot of people are selling these prompts on here, and they're just basic things, or they're just basic questions. So I'm going to share with you how you could go ahead and actually, create proper prompts that we could then collate into a file and sell over on Etsy. And if you want the same prompts that I'm going to be using in this video and you want access to the spreadsheet, then just comment prompts down below and we'll pick a couple of winners for you and we'll announce it in a couple of days, okay? So let me come over here. So this is my ChatGPT prompt sheet. Now you'll notice something down here. This is my prompt here. This is a bit different to these random questions over here, okay? And these ones here are specifically for YouTube. Now, obviously, I use these for different things. We have an agency, we have niche websites and blogs, and we've got a number of things in here, okay? So I'm just going to share with you some ideas for the prompts. So like this one over here, look, video ideas. I'm going to copy this whole thing like so. And I am going to take this prompt and put it into here. I'm just going to paste it. Now you can see here, I've asked ChatGPT to act as a content creator for a YouTube channel. I want it to brainstorm innovative video concepts that demonstrate to viewers about how to earn. And then you can see on here, I've put amount of money online. And basically, I've just given it a hell of a lot more information to go ahead and create the output for me. So now look, it's going to go and give us some ideas for different video topics that we could create. So using prompts like this one over here, we can start to get, if I come back over here, we can start to get actual specific prompts for YouTube. Now these prompts here, you can compile them like I have done here in a spreadsheet, and when we put that listing over onto Etsy and someone buys that listing, they would get access to the spreadsheet, very similar to what I have bought over here. Okay, so in this one here, someone has just put all of these questions into this spreadsheet, and then they just download the spreadsheet and upload it onto Etsy. But that is not the best way of doing this. Okay, so let's come back over here and let's go and see what ChatGPT has done for us. So we can see here it's given us a lot more better ideas for this. And then the other thing I can do with this is, so I could run this prompt over here a number of times. So I could say, that's great. So I could say, that's great. Can you give me 2 more, please? Like this. And then again, it will go ahead and start, yeah, there we go, video 8, video 9. So here, using this prompt, I can get it to do video ideas. I could then also say, right, well, I'll tell you what, let's come up with some video titles or scripts. So I'm going to copy that one. We'll go back over to ChatGPT and I'm going to paste that into there. And I'm going to hit on enter. And basically, the way it works with ChatGPT and any AI tool is, the better the prompt that you give it, the better the outcome, okay? And as we saw at the beginning of this video over here, ChatGPT prompts alone are huge. 22,000 people a month. And at this moment in time, if I do the space bar, we can see we have got prompts for teachers. So again, that could be another category or another niche that you could go into. You could create a full list of prompts for teachers or anything, any category you can think of. But what I'd say is, I wouldn't go on here and list, ridiculous things like 5,000 ChatGPT prompts, 1,700. Whilst, that number might sound great, well, it's a little bit deflating when you go ahead and get something like this. It's not the best. Instead, spend a bit of time on this method. Go ahead, work with ChatGPT over here. Play around with the prompts that you're putting into ChatGPT, and you will get a hell of a lot of a better outcome than than what you would get just putting in questions. Okay, but literally, this is the whole concept of how we can use ChatGPT to make money online. We can use it to create prompts that we can then go ahead and sell over here on Etsy. And by the way, look, what you could do as well is you could go ahead and buy something on here. So start with something, a bit lower on the lower end, like this one here. And you could even buy something like this and take this as a starting point and then edit it and play around with this. And then take these basic prompts or these basic questions and turn them into better prompts and then compile all of that information and list it over on Etsy. And as you've seen over here, the potential with this is ridiculous. So yeah, that is today's video. If you like I say, if you want to go ahead and get access to my prompts that we are using over here, whether it's YouTube, agency, blogging, etc., comment down below. We'll pick a couple of winners and we will put it in the community tab. So yeah, that's it. Take care and I'll see you soon.